What's going on, all my beautiful astralites? It is once more a beautiful afternoon here at Fremont Park. As you can see, I'm right behind a nice big tree here. Just trying to find a secluded area where I can express my thoughts without being bothered. You know how it is. Uh, with some of you fellow YouTubers and things like that. So anyway, I wasn't really planning to do content, at least not today anyway. I was trying to take a break, but being a future YouTuber, um, you can't really take breaks from it. But anyway, pretty much how I was able to get this sort of content. Let me tell you what happened. So I was running my daily rounds earlier this morning. I was on my way to the bank. I had two trips. The second one was frustrating. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But basically, you ever run into a panhandler or a homeless person who basically says more than they need to before they pretty much ask you to shell out a dollar or whatever it is? That's basically what happened to me today. So, yeah, and this guy seemed pretty chill, but it was so long-winded. Like, he had to explain his life story, saying that his account was hacked by teenagers or something or other. I'm just thinking to myself, this is so far-fetched, and I don't even want to listen to this. I just want to get my daily rounds done. Um, so he basically gave me this whole notion of his life story, whatever happened. I'm just like, you don't need a handout. You just need a better job to. It, you know what I mean? It was so frustrating because he was like, "Oh, thanks for listening to my story." I'm just like, did I really have a choice here? Because I'm usually not trying to be rude. I'm trying not to cut people off. I'm just like, at the same time, I'm just like, could you please just get to the point so I can move on with my day? So basically, he asked me if I could help him out. I told him, and that's one of the reasons I don't like to carry change on me because things like that, like they're panhandlers and some homeless people, they're trying to be more and more slick about it. They're trying to explain to you what happened. I'm just like, hey, you know what? That's your life story. I don't need to hear about it. Just ask me if you need change. So, I mean, even if he did ask, I most likely say no because, once again, I don't carry change for that reason. Because it's like they don't know how to. Sorry, my arm's getting tired. Um, it's like they don't help themselves out first. Like they have to. I want to say I don't want to say bug necessarily, but you know what I mean. And just call you off to the side and ask you, "Hey, can you help me out? Could you spare this, and that?" And it's like asking me if they can borrow my phone. Of course, I'm gonna say no. On rare occasions, I'll let them, but you know what? Um, when I do, I'm just like, okay, I'm really seeing how this ends. Which is why I don't like letting them use my phone in the first place. But that's basically that was pretty much how my morning went. And I went to my bank. I exchanged my dimes for a $5 bill, and after that, excuse me, I went over to the same bank, just a different location. Criminy. I'm just not 100%, am I? But yeah, I went to a Same bank, different location. But before I did that, I went to Target. Um, that was actually where it led to the second location of the bank because, like I said in my last video, I have a negative few $100s so on balance that I was trying to take care of, and I was trying to see if I could take care of that at the ATM, which did not go as planned. Because apparently, with those types of situations, you have to go inside, and I wasn't trying to do all that today. It, if you have a negative balance and you just think it's easier to pay it off at the ATM, but no, your cards are already restricted. It's ridiculous. Like, I just wanted to pay off at least $10, print the receipt, and see how much. But apparently, you can't do that anymore. It's like once you get a negative, you have to go inside and talk to a teller. And I just think that's a waste of time. It's easier just to pay it off at the ATM little by little just to see where you're progressing. And it's been really frustrating. But I was able to, on the upside of things, I was able to have all of my deposits. Yeah, thanks for that. Sorry, guys. But anyway, I was able to get all three of my deposits completed today in a card that I don't necessarily use for spending, but it is good to because it's one of those prepaid cards that's legitimately a good bank. And so far, it's off to a good start. As soon as I put my lovey's texting me. Give me one sec, guys. Okay, just letting her know I'm shooting content in the park right now. But I apologize if I'm moving that camera so much. I don't have a selfie stick just yet, but I did see one that I added to my target list. It's in the form of a lightsaber. I was like, add to cart. It's pretty cool. But anyway, um, basically, that's how I'm building my nest egg. Is that I'm using my emergency card. I would probably have to call it. Um, I've been using that as of late because with my other card, I'm not trying to go past a certain amount. Like, I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? So basically, that's where I'm at. And I figured I would have a peaceful day just running my errands. I mean, it hasn't been as frustrating, but it is pretty much up there. Like, I would just like to go to the bank without people sitting out front because that's how it happened. They sat out front where the bank is or even just next to it. I don't need to hear your life story. If things are that bad, you need to find a better source of income. Uh, because there are jobs won't even that don't even care what your background is. Like, if you're willing to work, that's all they need to know. So basically, that's how my morning was. Uh, I hope you guys' morning and now afternoon is going pretty well. It's actually a fairly nice day outside today. The wind's blowing and things like that. And I thought I would have more to say. I'll pretty much, I got 10 more minutes. I'm pretty sure I can think of something. But that's just I just want to tell you guys so you can be aware, because I know a couple of you probably had that same situation where a person is like, "Oh, so this and that happened to me," and now I'm just like, because he's pointing to his how he's sleeping with the bag or whatever it was. I don't remember what he said verbatim, but to me it just sounded far-fetched. It sounded like that he honestly did not want to see if he was eligible to see if he can get a better line of work. That's what I mean. When okay, I'm just gonna flat out say it. I believe he was lying because your account's hacked by teenagers for what, thousands of dollars. How does that even happen? Somebody explain that to me. Here's how you know if someone's lying: when they have to go into an excruciating amount of detail just to get their point across. They don't even say, "Hey, could you help me out with so on and so forth, dollar bills?" I'm just like, I'm sorry, I don't carry extra cash on me, and that's the reason. Of course, I've said that's the reason why, and because it's like nobody helps themselves anymore. They figure it's easier just to ask other people for help, and I think that's ridiculous. That's why things are going downhill. People think it's easier just to ask other people for handouts rather than see if they're eligible to get a better line of work and to see if things work out for the best. And they'll even tell you, "Oh, I did this and that already." If that were true, you wouldn't be asking me for this help. Honestly, I did think he was lying. Because who has. Okay, I'm a very busy man. You all know this. I don't have time to stand around and listen to your sob story, real or not. Just, I like it straight, direct to the point. And of course, I'm not gonna cut somebody off as they're talking. I'm not that rude of person. I know some people who are, but that's just me in a nutshell. I just get the point across so that I can move on with my day, because when I'm running errands, I'm a man on a mission. I got stuff to do. So whether you're telling me the truth or not, I don't care. Just get to the point. That's why I don't carry extra change on me. That's why I keep my distance. I keep my head down, build my stacks, do what I need to do. Because I'm not focused on anybody aside from myself and my woman. That's it. She's my priority. Not the people sitting on the curb, not willing to go out and seek unemployment or do this, do that. That's why I'm here to tell you, work on yourself first. Stop asking people for handouts. Stop asking them to do this and do that for you, because you're not going to get very far if you keep doing that. Like, I guarantee you that if I was back to being homeless, couch surfing, because even when I was even when I was in that situation, I still didn't ask for a handout. I went out and looked for work. I went out to see who needed my help, even for minimum wage, because I can build from minimum wage. I can make that turn into a 401k. That's how skilled I am. And this was back when I had nothing. When I was couch surfing, when I was homeless, when I was staying with my dad, things like that. Stop asking for handouts. Work on yourself first. Take care of you and yours first. Other people should fend for themselves before they even, because even if they wanted to ask other people for help, they'd just be like, "Oh no, I got my stuff handled. It's all good. Don't worry about me. This and that." It's as bad as these youngsters when they have a job and they barely put in the work. It's like we don't even want to try anymore. Guys, we're going to be in 23. It's right around the corner. Things are looking up. I mean, think about it. Masks are optional now. More so than they were 2 years ago. I mean, yeah, if you got to go to DHA or the clinic, that's a different story. But that's because nobody wants to take care of themselves. Like, take care of yourself first. That's all I'm saying. Don't come to me and ask me for a handout. I'm not going to give it to you. My dad's old school. I was raised by my dad. And my mom as well. They taught me certain values that I've taken to heart to this day. I'm not saying it's not okay to not help people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying certain people, like the one I ran into earlier this morning, they need to work on themselves first. If you can work on yourself first, then helping others will be no problem. I guarantee you, if you put in the work and you're willing to get yourself a new line of work, put in said work, and I know I'm saying work a lot, but that's what it takes. That's what it takes to be successful. Guys, I know you can be successful. You just got to be willing to put in some sort of work. And it's this kind of thing, it's rubbing off on the younger generation. They're just like, "Oh, I got a job now. I don't have to put in as quite as much work. Even on a slow day, I don't have to do this and that." I'm just like, I find as many things to do, even if it's dead at work. Up to the point where I'm just like, I'm hoping I get cut off early because I did everything that I needed to do, and I can't find anything else to keep me occupied. That's how my mindset works sometimes. But at the same time, I'm just like, I really need to get these hours. I'm willing to put in whatever work my boss asks of me. Work on yourself first. It's very rewarding. Trust me on this. I may not be where I want to be at this present time, but I'm getting much, much closer to it. So just take my words with a grain of salt, like I usually tell you. If you are in that same position That guy's in no matter what, no matter what it takes. Find some way to get out of it. Don't ask other people to help you out. It's not going to work. You do you. And by that, I mean, I say this with all sincerity. Please find some line of work. Even if it means just selling sweets or doing entrepreneur stuff. Just don't ask for handouts. Guys, the new year's right around the corner. Wouldn't you rather start off the new year by saying, "Oh, I got a new job. I'm about to get a new apartment. Do this, do that." You would, right? Exactly. But anyway, I'm out of time. I'm pretty much take a stroll through the park here. Head back to the house. I just wanted to check in with you guys before I had to go to work in a couple hours here. I love you all. Remember what I said. I guarantee you it's gonna be so fulfilling and so rewarding. You're gonna be like, I'm glad I followed Astral's advice. Anyway, I love you all. Be safe, be well, be loved. I love you all. Talk soon.